the situation that happened with Wack. I'm gonna show you, give y'all an example. So on that day, me and Polite was cool, and we used to have conversations and stuff like that off air. So he wasn't a brother that I had an ill will against. And for the record, I don't have an ill will against him now, except that charge he got. Now we got to find out, now charge aside, I didn't have no issue with him. And so the way that day went was so that was a Saturday. We had a scheduled debate for Sunday. Me and Polite at Sadnetter's house on Sunday. So because he know we go to camp on Saturday, he said, man, me and Inky gonna come down to camp on Saturday. And I was like, you sure y'all want to do that? We got the debate Sunday. You sure? He said, so initially Polite is saying he was going to let Inky do all the talking. He wasn't going to do it. He wanted to see if Inky can handle the debate. But of course, when you're a debater, you're not going to sit on the sideline. You're going to want to debate. So when Polite comes down there, me and him begin to debate. But the whole goal is to get the Katazar. For some reason, I don't know what it is about Katazar. Like the whole time they're like, I don't know what they're like, you know what I'm saying? Like for some reason, Katazar is like, they see Katazar and it's like, okay, either it's Katazar said it's like people hate me or they want to hate me, but they can't hate me. So the way to hate me is to hate him. That's what Katazar said to me, because it'd be interesting how everybody seems to bypass me and say, Tazaryach, you're a good brother, but it's Katazar. And that's the same thing. So all day when we battling, they like, give us Katazar, give us Katazar. We want to talk to Katazar. We want to talk to Katazar. Right, Sadnetta was saying it, Polite was saying it, and Inky was saying it. So after me and Polite battle for about like an hour or something like that, I give the mic to Katazar. And when I give the mic to Katazar, Polite says, Daddy's going to let you talk. That's what Polite said to Katazar. All Katazar said, if you want to call him my spiritual father, that's fine. Your spiritual father is a child molester. And then Polite got in his feelings and wanted to fight. So now the reason why I'm using that as a litmus test, because when Polite starts threatening Katazar, you don't hear me say nothing at first. You just see me stand up. So I come and stand up in the front, but I'm quiet. I'm not saying nothing. I'm letting these two men go back and forth. And the reason why I was doing that is because I'm saying to myself, like, me and Polite is cool. Like, why is he flipping out like that? Maybe he'll gather himself together. Because, brothers and sisters, brothers should be able to argue, get a little heated, pull themselves together, and then not have an issue anymore. And so that's what I'm kind of expecting them to happen. But the more it's dragging, I'm like, okay, now this is enough. Like, it's been like 5 or 6 minutes. They still going back and forth. So that's when I grab the mic, and then I tell them, cross the line to get the F out of here. And then that's how that goes. Now, that's Saturday. Yeah. That Sunday, I still went and sat next to Polite. Me, Katazar, and Zakar still went to Sadnetter's house and had the debate the very next day. So the reason why I'm using that as a litmus test, me not continuing to have an issue with Wack is not peculiar or special to him. Yeah. When you have an issue, for me, I can speak for me. When you have an issue, once that issue's over, the issue's over. Like, I don't think we should. One time I was having this conversation with Wack, and he gave me some information I didn't know. He said like the history, it's either the history between the Bloods and the Crips, why they went at it, and I could have it wrong, but the gist of it is like somebody stole somebody's coat. I believe it was a coat that somebody stole. And because there was no forgiveness or rectifying of that situation, they've been at war ever since. This is what Wack is telling me. I could have the story a little jumbled up, but this is right. But this is a story he told me as we were talking over the phone. And so for me, I don't need to have a lifelong feud with somebody over a verbal disagreement. It's just not that deep for me. Now, and then it's on an app, as opposed like that situation with Polite, that's in person. So when I'm saying cross the line, like people be like, why you ain't say cross the line? Why you ain't say cross the line? Because I'm saying to myself, he's not in my face. I'm talking through a phone. It's an app. Right, as opposed to on the street, like we're actually in the street. And so in the street. Most people